Fox 10 Gulfstream. This is Next Weather.
All right, let's track our conditions across the Gulf Coast as we go through their forecast here on Next Weather. And yeah, we got some passing clouds tonight. We might see one or two isolated sprinkles or very light rain showers. No, we don't expect a lot in the way of measurable rain. We clear off tomorrow and the days get a little warmer. The nights stay pretty comfortable though in our forecast. Tropical storm Tammy starting to get a little larger here, and it's spreading towards the Leeward Islands, and there could even become a hurricane as it gets in a more favorable environment by the weekend. After it brushes past the leewards and moves over the leewards as a hurricane, it should move out over the open waters of the Atlantic, and it will not be coming anywhere near the United States based on the forecast. So we've seen an active season. Water temperatures are way above average, but the steering flow has steered just about everything away from us, and that's been a really good thing. Looking at our Fox 10 Futurecast, we've got a couple of showers moving through the area with this passing front. I doubt it amounts to much of anything. Overnight and into early tomorrow morning, one more band of clouds coming through right about daybreak tomorrow morning, and then we will clear off and turn mostly sunny by Friday afternoon. Also looks good on Saturday. Some clouds will increase, especially as we head into Sunday. Forecast temperatures tonight only in the lower 60s. We've got some milder nights here with this front coming through, and the clouds will go back into the 50s tomorrow night, and tomorrow's highs up into the middle 80s. Kind of toasty out there. 86 Leakesville, 86 Lucedale, 86 Molino, 80 in Fairhope. Over the next 4 days, more where that came from. Plenty of 80s around, but these are lower 80s with low humidity, and the mornings will still be fantastic with temperatures holding into the 50s for our morning lows. We've got some great weather across the Gulf Coast the next couple of days. We just continue to lack that very important concept of having some rainfall around. And we're approaching the end of the week, and that means football here along the Gulf Coast. Here's meteorologist Nicholas Herboso with a detailed look at that football forecast.
I'm meteorologist Nicholas Herboso with a detailed look at Friday, those football forecasts. I want to start with the evening planner. So as we can see, temperatures will be warm in the afternoon, but then we drop down into the 70s by the time we get towards kickoff. One thing that you might notice throughout the day Friday will be a breeze. Winds out of the west, northwest, and west around 10 to 15 miles per hour. Gusts could be higher, but it looks like by game time they begin to die off. Here's our game of the week forecast. This one taking place up in Jackson. The Jackson Aggies taking on St. Michael from Baldwin County. So temperatures in Jackson starting around 70, then dropping to the middle 60s. It's going to be quiet is going to be the main story for the forecast for all of these football games. This is UMS Wright taking on Citronelle. This one's one of those Mobile games, so we're starting around 75. Ending the game around 70 degrees, clear skies, very nice conditions, no chance for rain. And then another game on the board. This one, Foley taking on Davidson. This one's also a Mobile game, so same forecast there. What about other games across the area? Well, in Alberta, 71 degrees to start that one off. Faith Academy will have 75 against Williamson there. Once again, clear skies will be the story. Few other games. Theodore, BC Rain, these are Mobile, 72, 75, nice temperatures there. What about a few other games? Daphne on Baldwin County, we're dealing with clear skies in 72. Notice the winds across the board here, very light. Clark County, 70 degrees. You're further north, you're a little bit colder. And then Blunt, 75 degrees against St. Paul's there. Here's one last look. Spanish Fort and Robertsdale taking on Spanish Fort, 72 degrees. Chickasaw and Washington County, 74 degrees. Alma Bryant and Fairhope, that'll be 75 degrees with clear skies. What about the weekend? Auburn taking on Ole Miss. Looks like a nice forecast. Temperatures in the 70s, dropping into the 60s. And then Roll Tide, Alabama taking on Tennessee. A big game there, starting warm. This is a 2:30 kickoff, 80 degrees, dropping to the middle 70s by the end of the game with just a few clouds around it. Looking really, really nice for all of the games Friday and then this weekend.
All right, here we are getting the temperatures on the upswing, but will this trend last through Halloween? Let's go long range with meteorologist Michael White.
Yeah, Jason, if everyone was a fan of those 40-degree mornings that we saw for a while, that was definitely below average for us, and we can say bye-bye to those at least for now. Things are going to be a little more seasonal, possibly a little above average as we get closer toward Halloween and toward November. But the first thing we'll do is we'll go through the blend of models. The Weather Service takes all of the temperature model guidance, averages them out, and this gives you kind of a glimpse on what's to come over the next week and a half. It's not exactly what we go with in our forecast at Fox 10, but it sort of lets you see the trend that the air will be a little more humid tomorrow, with temperatures in the low 60s. We have seen some rain today, which is good. A few more showers will arrive tonight, as Jason's going to be talking about. But then by the time we move in toward Friday afternoon, the weekend, it's just going to be looking nice. And the weekend, morning temperatures will be in the mid to upper 50s, highs in the low 80s. So you can see the afternoons are going to be much warmer. And then next week, it turns more humid. Mornings go into the mid to low 60s. Now, that's certainly not summer humidity, but it's going to feel a lot muggier compared to these 45-degree mornings that we had earlier this week, with highs right around 80 degrees. How do things look farther out? Well, the CPC, if we go all the way to the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook, this takes us into October the 26th through November the 1st. So that is a week from today, next Thursday, all the way through the following Wednesday, November the 1st. And you can see most of the nation would see temperatures below average. The immediate Gulf Coast might see temperatures above average. Now, that remains to be seen, but that is what the long-range outlook looks like as of today. And as far as precipitation, we would see precip chances above average. And we still need that because we are still very much in a drought, and we very much need more rain to get out of that drought. And the more we can get, the better off we will be. The showers we've seen today, certainly not drought busting, certainly not enough to knock the drought out. We just need a couple of days of a big soaking rain. And if we have an El Nino winter, we will likely see more wet days than dry days over the course of the wintertime. And we've had days in the winter that are just gloomy and rainy almost all day long. And if we get a few of those, we'll eventually make it and crawl our way out of the drought. I will be on vacation next week, so you won't see me on this broadcast next week on Next Weather, but I will be joining you on Good Day Gulf Coast tomorrow. We're going to be talking all about high school football weather, weekend weather, Halloween weather, a little early sneak peek into that, and I'll have all those details and more in your full forecast bright and early tomorrow morning. I hope you tune in and join us. Jason?
All right, Michael, well, here's the 7-day forecast. We've got some beautiful weather ahead this next 7 days. I wish we had some rain around to help with the drought conditions, but that's not going to happen according to this 7-day forecast. Highs in the 80s, lows in the upper 50s. We will trend towards the low 60s with lows next week with a deeper east-southeasterly wind flow. Thanks for joining us here on Next Weather.